Alright, guys. It is the Grand Finals Pigfest Weekly, number 37. Clem in the bottom left side. Did I say Pigfest? I meant Pigosaur. It's not Pigfest, it's Pigosaur. MAXPAX on the top right side of the map, trying to block an expansion that, of course, is never going to go down because he doesn't realize it's double gas. It's a quick factory opening for Clem. Reaper into factory. Probe, of course, sees no command center and can maybe surmise that that is probably the case. He's gone for his standard core before Nexus. Actually, wait a second. Hold on. Nexus before Cybercore? MAXPAX! The new MAXPAX, guys. He's actually been varying his openings occasionally. Sometimes, get this, he even builds a sentry in the early game. It's rare, but he does it sometimes. It's wild. And to see him do these greedier openings has been really nice because I have felt like MAXPAX and a few of the other guys, Hero as well, for a little bit. There was a while where even he was refusing to go Nexus before core. Such a good economic opening. This just puts more pressure on the Terran to get more damage done. It really does. And he's going to go Stalker Sentry off it. Great opening. Love to see MAXPAX doing it. Doesn't have his workers doubled up here. He accidentally pulled the worker off the close patch, so he has 3 workers triple stacked. Kind of dark style efficiency on the main base. Little inefficient for MAXPAX. Not the end of the world, though. Now, for those who didn't see last week, it was a 5-game banger between these two. They've come back to reclaim their spots in the finals of the Pigosaur after a few months where they weren't really... Occasionally, one of them would get to the finals, but more often than not, it was Korean players. They've decided to start staying up late again, getting after it, and it's been really cool. I feel like last week, Clem almost had the series under wraps, and then he just got pulled around a little bit. It's like he just was... It's like he lost patience and he wasn't ready for like the blink-ins and the running around the base, and MAXPAX just bought so much time with Blink Harass into a Warp Prism in the final game, and Clem completely missed his timing. Ended up, you know, pulling across the map into just absolutely obliterating Psystorms. Now he's going to go for a very fast Mine Marine drop here. Tries to push back the Phoenix, but MAXPAX tracking him really well. I don't think it's worth unloading here again, is it? MAXPAX, really well done. Stalker's here. Does boost, but that means MAXPAX is just going to head straight back to that main, I think. One Stalker may pursue him to this right side. Reaper comes in. Can it find a kill? Not with the shield battery there, it can't. Sentry goes after the Reaper, knowing it can deal with it. No Stalkers in the main. Trying to focus down. Gets rid of one Marine. Good focus fire. Is that going to be enough? That Widowmine's going to cause problems. Oh, that Widowmine's going to cause problems. He had to sack a Stalker, but he's already lost 3-4 probes. This is really bad for MAXPAX. This is potentially game over. This is the sort of opening that doesn't work for anyone else. Clem does this so often, and he gets so much damage so consistently. And for MAXPAX, it's tragic because yes, he's got a pretty well-timed third. He's still got a good worker advantage. But I just don't think he needed to take that much damage there. He had a lot of Stalkers, and he could have had them on the edge, ready to be shooting that medevac the moment it flew into his base. But other Stalkers are a bit too far out of the map. They weren't quite there. And now, drop in the back, Banshee on the other side. Cloak's on the way, tanks as well. I think it's worth hiding the Banshee. I don't think you really want to show it. Hallucinated Phoenix comes in. That could be a Raven building. Could be fake Cloak, but as we see, it is real Cloak. Comes in, there is a shield battery there. Gets himself one probe on that right side. Shield battery in the main's not quite ready. Robo's not up yet. This shield battery should be able to buy a lot of time. Might be worth running probes away temporarily. As you can see, though, that Banshee's going to have a feast. Ooh, the hallucination trying to bait that out of position. Well, holds position there, does Clem. 3 barracks coming up. Stim started, as well as a Marauder. Already starting a Marauder. He's got a nice little safe tank position here, covering that whole main base. Banshee does float home. Other ones there. Forcing MAXPAX to go shield batteries on every base as he goes into a nice early charge. Now, Forge coming down as well. So it's basically observers. It's going to be +1. It's going to be 5 more gateways. And he's already on 3 gases. So, of course, 4th gas and Robo Bay will come down after he builds all those extra gates. And it was 3, yeah. So he's got 2 more building. And there'll be another 3. 5 gateways total added, +3 makes 8. Hallucination rotating. It's been a long day casting, so sorry if my energy is a little low at the start of this series. It will pick up as we go. I'm just kind of like waiting to see what happens. The hallucination sees the early third, which means Clem's not going to commit too hard to being aggressive. Does mean even though he took that early damage, which I think was a little unnecessary, I pointed that out, I think it's fine for MAXPAX because the third was on point, because he did the Nexus before. I think that damage he took, if it was core before Nexus, disastrous. But with the Nexus before core, the earlier probes, the earlier chrono boosts, it feels like it just, it's water off a duck's back. Doesn't really matter. More Stalkers come forward. Combat shields ain't done yet. Good hot pick up there by Clem. Oh, he's dodging projectiles. One Stalker snipe on the Marine though. And one Stalker does go down. Prism flies straight through the middle. Banshee's flying into the main base. 7 probes in total go down. Stalkers. Oh no, he walks his Stalkers into the army. Oh damn, it's a disaster, mate. He was not ready for this one. And now Clem pushes. He says, aha, you saw the third command center, you thought I wouldn't attack. Guess what? Yes, I will. Guardian Shield does nothing on the backside. Force Fields kind of split the army a little, but he's happy to pull back into that. I mean, Clem's got the double tank. He's happy to fight at arm's length like this. Same time, 4 Marines in the main base. Zealot Stalker will finally deal with that dropship, and it does go down with the 4 Marines inside. But look at this, the Bio pushing on forward. The battery's out of juice. The Immortal's going to go down. And this is a kind of shocking moment to win the game. Felt like he was pretty safe, right? I'm not crazy, am I, guys? I thought MAXPAX was kind of out of the woods. And it didn't really feel like Clem wanted to commit to a push. But this kind of feels like PvT recently. Protoss sees everything, and Terran kind of does the thing that you don't expect, and it has a surprisingly high percentage of working. Like, this is why I think, I don't know if there's a balance problem in this matchup at all. But there definitely is like a weird situation where it feels like Protoss is a bit too fragile in some situations, while also seeing way too much. Like, Protoss has way too much scouting, which is not fair for Terran. On the other hand, they keep dying despite that. I know he took a bit of damage earlier, but yeah, this is just crazy that this just took him out. I guess MAXPAX was just a little too greedy, maybe going Robo Bay a bit too early. Good point from Twitch chat, guys. MAXPAX not only took damage from the drop, he also took damage from the Banshee, right? It lost a lot of mining time and 4 probes, and he had to build a battery in each base, and then he lost another 7 probes as the attack was coming. MAXPAX actually did take a lot of damage. I think the first damage from the drop would have just been water off duck's back, but I think that the first Banshee catching him with no detection as well added to that, yeah. So no, I think that's perfectly fair. So the thing is, because Clem kind of went bunkers, went multiple tanks for safety, didn't go the fastest stim or shields, and he went for a quick third command center. That's why I wasn't really thinking that push was that strong, but I wasn't really keeping tabs on MAXPAX's army because he had Stalkers spread around the back defending the dropship and the Banshees. He just didn't actually get to the gateway explosion in time to defend that because he was just a bit too far behind. So fair call there. But anyway, like I said, I do feel like there is definitely a weird thing in the matchup where maybe it is a little Protoss favored, but it's definitely odd the way Protoss sees so much, and yet the win rates are still so even. Like, he saw the drop coming and still takes damage. Like, I don't know if this is this. I mean, obviously there's always an element of like Protoss players can just do better, and everyone can just do better. But it's just interesting because I've been thinking about balance recently, doing videos over on the main channel and kind of analyzing things, and I'm just thinking about like, hey, we really, obviously the hallucination spam is just obnoxious to play against. I don't think it feels fair. Even when I'm playing as Protoss, I'm like, this feels ridiculous that I just see everything. But I also don't want there to be a knee-jerk. We got to just nerf the energy recharge too badly, and like you don't want to make. I think historically we've erred on the side of punishing Protoss a bit too hard with some nerfs. Essentially, is what I'm saying. I just want to. I'm trying to like think about what the best way is to address the hallucination, like the overwhelming vision Protoss gets in the matchup. And part of me wonders. I've been thinking as well about shield battery overcharge and how that was really obnoxious to play against, but it was the least obnoxious of the Protoss kind of band-aids that like helps them not be quite as fragile. So I always wonder if there is, you know, ever going to be a more elegant solution than that. I mean, maybe it is just energy recharge. Protoss players are playing more active than they ever had. Maybe it is actually just a thing where this is going to be the most fun version of Protoss, because energy recharge is so much fun to use. But this Phoenix spam does not feel good to play against. Even, dude, MAXPAX is doing it 2 games in a row? No way. I don't think I've ever seen him do this 2 games in a row. This is awesome. I think Classic's shown how good it is, right? Classic's been... Maru was spamming it with his off-race. Even Clem used it a bit with his off-race Protoss. Estrella's been using it really well. So it's kind of cool to see one of the arguably the best PvT player in the world make the adjustment and start to improve his range a little bit. This native Phoenix does get shot down. All right, what do we got? Cyclone for Marine Drop moving out nice and early. Clem has chosen aggression in this series. Stalkers are moving out on the map. But if this can get in behind him, that'll be effective. I wonder if MAXPAX should just group his units in the middle somewhere. 2 Stalkers and a Sentry in the north. 2 Stalkers in the natural. This could be a third base cancel, potentially. Cyclone locks onto the Stalker. Buys a bit of time for the Nexus, but you don't want to lose too many shields on these Stalkers. Guardian Shield's going to go down as well. Got to be careful the next Cyclone lock. The Cyclone locks on. MAXPAX quickly shuffles that unit to the rear. Just like an SCV in the rear with the gear. Come immediately unload, stays on the front. He wants to keep using this Cyclone. The MAXPAX micro is so smooth. Sentry almost dies. Pull the Sentry back. Dude, if you can keep the Sentry alive, this is amazing. Blink's not quite there just yet. Hasn't lost any units, MAXPAX. He only lost that one probe earlier on. Great defense. Clem is on the front, but it feels like this attack's already petering out. I think Clem might have to pull back. Because if Blink kicks in, this could get destroyed. Of course, MAXPAX doesn't know he's there, so if Clem's feeling really cocky, he could try to shuffle the tank forward and even pick off a few Stalkers, but that's so greedy. So greedy. Second and third barracks engineering bay here as well, factory. I don't normally talk too much about balance in my cast, guys. It's just I've been thinking about it so much this morning while recording another video. So I was just kind of musing there. But we'll focus more on the games at hand and hype him up and stuff. I do hate when people just balance whine at the end of any game. For me, I was just musing. I don't think any one game tells you anything about balance, even though apparently every single emotionally stunted StarCraft player seems to think that's the case. Ooh, okay, this is actually kind of crazy now because a lot of Terran units have gone down. The Stalkers are all healthy. Clem's losing his Cyclone as well. Oh, Clem's so screwed. He can't get out now. He can't get out. He stayed too long, guys. He's overcommitted. And now he's done for because with the medevac going down. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is a slaughter. So this time MAXPAX showed how to defend that drop, didn't he? Obviously, it's a slightly later drop with the Cyclone. Gives him a little bit more time to prepare. But I wonder if Clemmer evac'd home. Did he feel like he was just too far behind against such an early third? This was a picture-perfect defense for MAXPAX. He's on 3 gates of Robo. He's got a Forge making +1 and charge on the way. The Stalkers blink, take out the tank, take out the Raven. Yes, he's lost 3 or 4 Stalkers, but he's taken out so many Terran units. Does lose a few more Stalkers there to the SCV surround than I thought he would, but an Immortal waddles to the front. Clem trying to build a third command center on the front. He realized he's just got no army, no stim, no shields, no tanks. He's got to tap out. MAXPAX fights back with swift vengeance. All right, guys, MAXPAX ties up the series 1-1. Top right side, he's here. Clem in the bottom right. Torches for this map. This is the map with the healing shrine on the left side. Would love to see like Phoenix or Oracle, something that can heal up on that healing shrine. Unlikely to see a battlecruiser out of Clem, as cool as that is. We were just talking about some cool different hotkey ideas you could have. Someone was saying, I wish there was a select all army not currently hotkeyed hotkey. I think it's a great idea. I would love that. But I was saying in response to that, having the Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition feature, which is, Factory does get spotted by the way, which is select all army on screen. So it's like F2, but only for your current screen. So if you got like guys here, guys here, guys here, you want to select them, but you don't want to select the workers, but you don't want to select your drop in the... You just go, you press that button. I use caps lock for that in Age of Empires 2. And I was just saying to the Twitch stream, I wish we had it in StarCraft. Because whenever you play a bunch of Age of Empires 2 and you get used to using that, you get it back into StarCraft and you realize there's so many scrappy situations in game where you're just like, oh, I so just want to be able to grab everything on the screen when I'm in one of these messy situations. It would be so cool. This is bad for Clem. Runs the... I mean, to be fair, why is he going Reaper on this map, guys? It's a bad map for Reaper. You can jump up here, I guess, and then get up the ramp. But there's no ledge straight into the main base. So it's a bit of an odd choice to go Reaper here. Normally, he would just rush an early Marine Mine Drop. But now losing a Reaper, and he's going double Reaper Hellion. I think this is good for MAXPAX. Ooh, can he get the SCV? Good evacuation. The Adept needs to shade back right now. Oh, he's shading forwards. Oh, he's mad dogging it. Oh, he's got a second Adept, actually. With that first Reaper dying, this might just tilt things in MAXPAX's favor. No shade just yet. Gets an SCV. Take out one SCV, one Hellion. He's going to shade into that main base. Ooh, misclicks on the Starport SCV there. Adept tries to get one more kill. Does take it out. 2 SCVs go down. He loses 2 Adepts for it. Of course, there is Phoenix production coming in and Pylon on the natural. Standard to go 4-gate charge after this. I think if you didn't lose the 2 Adepts, maybe 3-gate charge. But I think 4-gate charge would be the norm. There is a medevac and a Widowmine Marine production on the way. Tech Lab goes down on the factory. Of course, that command center is now continued building after the slight delay. Who's the GOAT of StarCraft? I'm new to this game. Cyril. Cyril. A young Finnish man who demands more perfection of himself than the rest of us could ever dream of. For him, the slightest inefficiency is an inexcusable mistake. He doesn't stream much at the moment. World Championships coming up, but you should definitely follow his stream, twitch.tv/Cyril. Haven't really seen a CLEM or MAXPAX stream in a while either. Cyril's probably the most consistent of the very top players, and that he was streaming once a week for a while. Phoenix are taking a bit of damage, but you don't really care because you can heal them on the healing shrine, remember? That's what I was talking about, why Phoenix are so good on this map. You can go to that healing shrine and heal up. Normally something Protoss can't heal up after these bits of damage. Forge and Twilight's pretty late. So it's a 3-gas Forge, Twilight. I mean, he's only got 4 Phoenix. He's not kept building them, which is very odd for this style. Surely you wouldn't go Blink here. But also, surely you would keep building Phoenix. Magfield's on the way. He sees Magfield! It's an all-in, guys! It's a Cyclone Viking Marine all-in. Clem is going for broke. MAXPAX sees it. We are lagging a little bit here on the EU server. 3 gateways go down. You need to chrono charge right now. Don't even care about +1. You need to chrono charge and go 6-gate as quickly as possible. Or you're going to end up in big doo-doo. If his Phoenix could go to that left watchtower to heal up and maybe catch the Reaper Hellion, that would be really good as well. 4 more gateways coming in. 3rd command center goes down. And a 2nd factory. Clem's going to mech it happen. He's not going to go all in, guys. He got scouted, and he's like, you know what? That's fine. I'll just play mech. Question is, even with Mass Cyclone Viking, can you stop hallucinations seeing everything you're doing? Phoenix all healed up over here on the healing shrine. Nice to see. Very well done. As long as he pulls the probes to the battery, they should be able to heal up. Just 1 probe goes down. Stalker pushes back the Reaper Hellion. Phoenix should be able to end them. Oh, MAXPAX letting them escape. Apparently he likes the sport. He says, I'll give you a head start, and then tries to hunt them down. Proper psycho killer. Dude, this is crazy. I mean, mech is garbage against Protoss. The reason is Zealots can get on top of tanks too easily. Basically, Zealots are just too hard to deal with. Against Zerg, you can deal with Zerglings and Banelings, the Blue Flame Hellions and Widowmines really well. And whilst those units are good against Zealots, they don't kill them nearly as well because they are a bit tankier. Now, obviously, the Cyclone bug is there. Cyclones do cool down a bit faster than normal, but Storm is very good against Battle Mech. Storm is really good against all these units. Blink, usually going to be pretty important to add a bit of flexibility. The rocks have gone down on that side. Clem doesn't quite have his natural wall-off up just yet. He's on 3 bases. He's building libs. Feels like he's going to push pretty soon. It feels like even though Clem's macroing, he's also doing, I think, a 3-base mech timing. Problem, MAXPAX is also trying to get him with Storm Zealot. You know? It looks like he's going to go for a Zealot Arc on Phoenix timing, actually. And well, the Phoenix will get shot down pretty quickly. Usually mech is kind of vulnerable to this. MAXPAX, will he find the weakness? He's going to go for it. All right, Zealots charge in. Gets a few SCVs, but he's losing a few Zealots as well. MAXPAX doesn't want to chase into a choke point. Very wary of that Terran army. And these Cyclones, they love to hit and run. Ooh, force fields go down. Traps a Cyclone. Another one almost goes down, but there's a lot of Protoss units. Like, every time this happens, it does feel like CLEM's killing a lot more than he's losing. There's no blink on the way. Only one Immortal building at a time. Normally, double Robo Immortal Storm. Best way to deal with this army. Zealots are going to come in from two sides. Does flank a little bit, but doesn't get, like, the amazing flank. The Vikings making it really hard to see what's going on the ground there. Sorry about that, guys. But MAXPAX, he's got a 4th up. He's only on 65 workers. Feels like CLEM traded really well there. Still no blink I'm a little surprised at. If you're not going to go blink, normally you'd go second Robo, and you'd pump out Immortal Storm, like I said. Prism's usually really big as well. If you get Zealots in the back, very hard for a mech player to deal with that. But he's so Mass Cyclone focused. And with the Libs are actually really effective. Like, Libs are a real problem because you don't really have anything that shoots up until you get that blink and those Stalkers in. Prism coming in the south. Turrets there. Attack on the front at the same time. Storm could be really effective, but you can also focus down those High Templar with Cyclone Hellion. Libs comes forward. Stalker's going to take care of it. Big storms all over. Prism's going to try to unload, but the turret says, lol, 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 get wrecked, Prism. Prism somehow barely survives. Almost all those High Templar go down. Clem is defending right now. The Zealot coming in the back door, completely disjointed attack by MAXPAX. He should have attacked in the back at the same time, but it comes in way later. And now these Zealots, they're not really splitting onto the SCVs as they should. They do take out a few units. It's not like he's doing no damage, but it does feel like Clem is trading so much better. And MAXPAX, not only getting out traded by 3,000 resources, he's also got a Terran with a 4th command center floating towards him. Clem's going to expand towards his main. Double upgrades are coming in, which is a little helpful, but not massively so. It is interesting because whenever I watch top pros play against mech, it really feels like I'm watching a really nice person try to bully someone. Like, it's just, they're like a duck out of water, you know? They're a fish out of water. Sorry, everything's duck related today. Sorry, I've been, you know, all the news, any MMA fans with John Jones ducking Tom Aspinall last week. I guess ducks are just on the mind. The duck of all time, the dote. Anyways, Cyclone Hellion coming forward. Zealots are going to come forwards. Can he actually hold on? I mean, the planetary's not there. It's in orbital, which is kind of crazy. But with the Libs to anchor the position, Storms are really good against the Vikings. The Cyclones, the Hellions, we'll see what he can do. Healing Shrine's too far away from the action in this game. I don't see the players really using that much. I'd love to see a second Robo, man. It'd be nice to see Clem repair, but because he's got so many small units and you don't want to give up your mobility, it can be very awkward to do so. This Observer is legendary, by the way. It sees everything he's doing. Finally scans it, gets rid of it. Cyclone lock-ons, Hellions. He's trying to say just outside of storm range. He's got to be careful, mate. Oh, these Cyclones trying to pull back. The Libs are kind of sieged over on that right side in sort of the wrong direction. It feels like MAXPAX with the Storms, he's doing a good job. I just wish he had a few more Immortals in here. And every time he's doing this, if there was a Prism hitting the other side with Zealot drop, that's where it becomes a nightmare for the mech player. But right now, Clem's doing a great job with mobile mech. This is really hard to micro, very sensitive, but it allows him to use his APM, his skill, really well. Second Robo Bay's on the way, lots of probes. Is he going to go Disruptors? I mean, Disruptors are much worse against mech than they used to be because they don't one-shot Cyclones anymore. I mean, they're still decent, but from force supply, they're not great. Colossus, I know some people like Colossus against Cyclone Hellion. They're definitely good against Hellions. Against Cyclones, they're so-so. They're very supply heavy and low impact, but they do give you sustained long-range damage output, which makes it very hard for the Cyclones to kite you, right? Lock on, run away, lock on, run away. So couple Colossus with extended thermal lance, not a bad idea. Zealot drop's going to hit the natural, and that's where he's wide open. This is big, this is big. MAXPAX gets in here. Clem way out of position. This is a disaster. Clem's not ready for it, and now he's got to chase into Storm. Huge mistake by Clem, because now he's got to chase into Storm. Oh, this is so bad for him. There's still enough Storms. He does spread his units pretty well, but he's taking so much damage down here at the same time. Clem moves out of position. I thought he was doing really well in this game, and he was for a while. He was out trading, but you got to be careful because your army has to be between them and your base. And he just moved out of position. The Zealots are tearing up his worker lines. He's going to lose that orbital. Anytime you have to chase into Storm, you're going to have a bad time. All All right, guys. MAXPAX down 1. Oh, sorry. Up 2-1 now, isn't he, guys? After getting that win against the mech. Give me a double gas opening for Clem. So I think we're probably going to see another one of those really fast marine mine drops. I wouldn't be surprised. Reactors on the way. Factory's almost finished. We're going to see that command center. Let's start up. Reaper's going to go in towards the main Stalker first. Oh, you don't see that every day, guys. Very safe. Stalker first. We'll shut down the Reaper and allow him to go into Sentry next. If you go straight for the Sentry like this, though, Stalker 50 gas, Sentry 100 gas, Warp Gate 50 gas. That's 200 gas before starting your Twilight Council. So it slows down your Twilight Council a lot. If you were going Cybercore before Nexus, this would be awful. Because he's been going for that faster Nexus, you can see he's already mining here. He took the faster second gas because he didn't need the second pylon as early. And that means his Twilight Council, whilst delayed, it's not too delayed. It's still pretty decent. Big thanks, Kian K2TQD, Kian K2. I'm just going to call you K2, KTQD. Thank you very much for the gifted sub. Maui Titus as well. Moi Titus? It's like Moi Titus. And Zergberger, thank you for the hype train, guys. Appreciate your subbies. Much love. Oh, look at this, guys. We've got some little swapperoonies. Hello. Tech Lab in the wall off. Early Cyclone. Reaper. Oh, he barely survives. Second gate in the wall off. Safety shield battery. Third gate in the back before the Robo. MAXPAX really preparing for incoming aggression of the non-cloaked variety. But if he gets surprised by Cloak again, that could be really bad. I think he wants to go third base before that. Looks like, yeah. Yes, he does. So he cancels something, builds the third Nexus. I'm not sure where he got that money from. Probably just canceled some probes in the queue. Thing is, he doesn't know what he's up against, does he? Well, he just came in. He saw a bubbly tech lab, I think. No, he didn't. No, he just saw some steam coming out of the factory there. Oh, sorry, guys. He just went back in and saw it. Yeah, he did see it that time. So he went back in. He sees the bubbly tech lab. Robo drops down reactively, as he's going to need that observer. Now, having a battery in each base and having to build a few observers is really not great against Banshee. The reason Cloak Banshee is so popular is a lot of Protoss players are trying to get away with skipping their Robo, so number one, it punishes that. But then even if they do it, if they go a Robo, multiple observers, and a shield battery and multiple mineral lines, and you don't just throw the Banshees away, you just kind of poke around, maybe get a probe or two, it's not bad for you as the Terran. Does it slow down your stim and shields? Yes. But you are forcing a rather significant response. So if he gets a shield battery to go down here as well, I think it's perfectly fine. It's kind of like, you know, Cloaked Banshee against Zerg. We used to think you need to do a lot of damage. We realized, hey, if they built 9 Queens, 3 Spores, and 2 Overseers, it's fine. Just keep the Banshees alive. They've forced a reaction. The guys played safe. You don't need to force it. Banshee's snaking down the left. Charge comes in, starting up. Raven comes down. Oh, look at this, guys. A Marine gets picked off, or a Reaper, sorry. Tank Marine, Cyclone pushing forward. Force fields! Oh, MAXPAX! Oh, maximum power right here. Damn, dude. I think he's doing well. Even though he's losing some Stalkers, he's picking off a tank, a lot of Marines. But check it out. Sneaky lasses. There's 2 ladies sneaking into the back door. They did not ask for him permission. He is not prepared. Yes, he has the batteries around, but against 2, that ain't going to matter. He's busy on the front. The Banshees slide in the back. He probably thought it was a Raven. He does have 2 Stalkers and an Observer ready. 6, 7, 8. Oh, is he going to sack him? Clem tries to keep him alive and does end up doing so. Those Banshees hiding in the back corner, though. Not sure how safe they'll stay there long term. Cyclone does get chased down. Looks like a Raven just went down. Oh, Clem was still on the map. Oh, Clem. The Terran Hubris has been punished, guys. MAXPAX beat him last week, and not just that. What was he still doing on the map? I thought he'd pulled home, but he decided to continue hanging out, and he loses all of his siege tanks and his Raven. The tank goes down there as well. The Immortal's in. Big Daddy says, hello. How about you have a bloody deal of these 2 twin shot cannons or whatever the hell they're called? What is the Immortal gun called anyway? That's a 3-1. That's a waffle stomp. When was the last time you saw Clem get stomped like that in TVP? Damn, MAXPAX all over it. Let's go rewatch that engagement in the middle, shall we? Let's rewind this bad boy. I did not expect such a quick one-sided finals, but MAXPAX is on fire today, apparently. Oh, look at this. Super lazy. He just assumed, yeah, you're going to be scrambling to deal with the drop. Throws the auto turret. If he threw the auto turret and just ran away, maybe he gets those units out of there while the Banshees are being dealt with. Oh, no. Oh, that's a disaster. Damn, dude. Because if he pulls those units home, it's not that bad. He's killed 8 probes. Banshees are still keeping Stalkers pinned. Third command center is about to go down, but yeah. Oh my gosh. Devastating. Rare mistakes for CLEM. And it goes to show, I've always said CLEM plays a rather high-risk style in this matchup. He'll push forward in ways where lesser players would get punished for overcommitting way more often. This is the rare time where CLEM actually made enough mistakes in this series, overcommitting with these attacks, and he got massively punished on ley lines, massively punished again here on Tokamak. Obviously, mech didn't work out either for him. I love that he tried the mech, but GG well played. It's just MAXPAX day today. GG well played.